Here you got the pump panel for Tower 26. Today we're going to talk about getting foam. On the tower ladder we carry AFFF on board as compared to the engines. We're running a Class A foam. And if you do decide to roll foam, here's the steps you're going to need to take to get it. Step one, always understand your equipment. On our number one Crosslay, we do have a combination nozzle. Typically combination nozzles, for those that have been through FAE, run at 100 PSI at the tip. Years ago, we switched over to low PSI model, which allowed us to run it, get the same gallons per minute and the same nice fog pattern at 50 PSI. We did find in some training that 50 PSI didn't create a good foam blanket. So after a while, we switched to this nozzle where you have two different settings you can use. Typically, we're using the 50 PSI setting. You can see the red color, it says low pressure. If you want to run foam, whoever's on the nozzle needs to turn off the bail, and this just rotates clockwise a quarter turn, and now it's in a 75 PSI mode. That's going to agitate the solution a little more and give you a better foam blanket. So tailboard, pull the line, and then switch this. If you run a foam, switch it to the 75 PSI mode. Once your line is stretched, engineer's got his water, whether you run in tank water or you have a hydrant connection. If you need any reminders, there's a placard here that has your valves and what position they need to be in. First step, open up and get water. Open up your number one pre-connect valve all the way. Come over here to your foam adductor, pull that all the way open. And then lastly, your foam valve, pull all the way open. And now the foam is going to be running through the system. You got to set your percentage you want. And also make sure that this is running, go to PSI mode, and make sure you're running 200 PSI. Again, all that information is right here on the placard, even down to the PSI. So at that point, you should be getting a nice foam blanket applying to whatever it is you're trying to put out. When you are done running it, when you run foam, you got to make sure you flush the system. Again, if you need any reminders on how to do that, the placard's right here. You keep your water open, you keep your adductor open, you close your foam, and you open the flush. So let's walk through that. You keep your water open, you keep your adductor open, you close your foam valve, push this all the way in, and then open your flush all the way, and that's going to rinse out your adductor and your hose line and the rest of the system. Run that for a few minutes like that to finish flushing out, and then you could close off your water valve, your foam adductor valve, close your flush, and break down your line as usual and finish your cleanup.